Archie Slaymaker, International Box News, and I'm joined by Nathan Heaney. Nathan, I know I've asked you off camera, but how are you today, mate?
Yeah, very good, mate. I just chilling, got the kids. I'm looking after one of them's getting a bit mental over there, but no, it's no, everything's going really, really good, mate. It's training's going well. It's very busy in terms of obviously sorting out all my tickets at this moment in time, but it's all going to be worth it. It'll all be worth it.
We're gonna quickly touch on the tickets. How many has it been this time?
Well, as of last week, it was 1,300, but there's going to be a few more. I think on the night, I had an extra 50 cents to me yesterday, which would but I haven't even announced I've got them yet. So I'm probably going to let people know probably tomorrow or on Friday, maybe when I've dropped all the tickets off, I'll let people know. I'll let people know.
That's perfect. Obviously, we're gonna jump straight into it and a rematch: Stoke versus Bolton, Jack Flatley versus Nathan Heaney. How is training camp going for this fight?
Yeah, really good, mate. I mean, to be fair, I've been training ever since the last fights. Obviously, taking over more than anything, really, when it comes to like, let's say the first 2 months after, because obviously I couldn't spar because of my cut, so for about 2 months I didn't spar. But then I'd say probably 8 weeks ago, I really started ramping up because I knew this fight potentially could be happening. So that's all I've been doing really lately. We've just been grafting, just putting the work in, getting some great sparring in. Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I sparred Sergio Garcia. This week I sparred Aaron McKenna. Probably going to be sparring him again on Friday. So yeah, some good strong lads I've been sparring with.
It's not too long to go now, but how has the cut healed and it has it
Oh
healed as
yeah,
expected?
yeah. The cut's absolutely sound. It's in regards to I only had 4 stitches when it come down to it. But the doctor actually did a really really good job. The board doctor, because I saw a surgeon the Monday after the fight, so like 2 days later, and he just said, "Yeah, no, it's all been stitched up well, it's healing well," and then he just kept an eye on it and said, "No, it's sound." But now it's just, yeah, it's absolutely sound. It doesn't even feel sore to touch, where it felt sore for weeks after the fight because he was quite well. It's to the bone.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, we'll go into your sparring. Sergio Garcia,
Yeah,
obviously, what a person to spar. And obviously, how were those rounds with Sergio Garcia?
yeah, very good. I was very happy with our performance, to be honest, because obviously European champion. Obviously, he had a great fight with Ted Cheeseman previously, and he's got a great engine on him, which I think is absolutely perfect sparring for obviously the fight I've got coming up. Because no doubt they're going to have the game plan of pushing the pace a little bit more, which I think is a double-edged sword for them. Because if they do that, it's obviously a very long fight. I've got a great engine myself, so it's we just got to see what happens. But no, but I'm thinking it should be absolutely all the sparring rounds I've been doing should be good. Should be good.
I know you said like the fight, as soon as it happened, obviously you got the sense that it may happen again. A lot of people, when we first reported this news, was actually quite surprised that this fight is happening again. Do you know where that's come from at all?
You have to excuse. You
No,
have to
you're right.
excuse someone skin here, mate. She's just no. Do you know what it was? It's because I was getting a load of stick from his seconds man online on Twitter immediately after the fight. In fact, when I was having my eyes stitched up, like rematch, I was like, I didn't decide anything on a whim like that. Do you know what I mean? So, and obviously they were giving some stick online saying I was going to take me to deep waters and beat me and do this and that. So I thought to myself, I don't have a fight based on what some geezer on Twitter's calling out. Like obviously, I do things on mine and my managers and my coaches in Frank's terms. So yeah, so obviously sat back for a bit, and then obviously I spoke with George, and he wanted me to headline on the BT Sports show, and yeah, it makes I think the story behind it's now ended the first time, and someone answer questions. I think it just makes for a good fight, and I think that so yeah, it's perfect really.
It was on a huge platform last time on Baseball Box Office, and now you've got your own headline in
Yeah,
Telford.
oh,
What does it mean to
yeah,
have your own headline show in Telford?
yeah, it's mega, mate. It's like I mean, it's weird because yeah, it's weird. It's just the whole thing's weird. The whole thing's surreal. It's just very, very weird. Like myself, I am just me. But then I think to myself, on that night, I'm like a headlining that's on BT Sports, and I've got like probably 1,500 Stokies that are traveling 45 minutes to watch me fights. And I think it's very surreal, but it's always something I'd always dreamed of, but never obviously thought would ever happen. But it's just weird how it has happened. It's weird.
Obviously, it definitely is like how to see your career progressing. It is definitely very, very good and very remarkable. And obviously, you've had a great career so far. But a win on March 25th, where do you believe that takes you?
I believe that probably takes me right near towards the British title. to be honest, in terms of challenging for the British title. I'm not sure how it all works and stuff in terms of how you get the chance to fight for the British title, but I think I'll be 17-0 then. I don't know if the the WBA consensus. I think that gives me a much higher ranking in their organisation. So you never know what can happen afterwards. But I definitely want to be pushing on the next fight after this one.
Do you believe that that fight potentially for the British title could land in Stoke? We all know that you want the
Well,
homecoming.
Please excuse me, Nora. She's a year and a half old, Mason. But I saw a video by Frank Warren the other day on Boxing Social where they said, "What's next for Nathan Heaney?" And he basically said, "If he comes to this fight, which we hope he will." Sorry, mate. If he comes to this fight, which we hope he will, he said the plan is to get him fighting in the summer at the ground. So I can only go off what Frank's saying, and that's what Frank said. So yeah, I've just got to win. It's just a big, massive fight for me. This is, and obviously I got to come through it well. Obviously, put a show on, and then hopefully have the homecoming, which everyone's been calling from in the city for a very long time.
Is that just added motivation to your career? Obviously, to have that homecoming, it will be absolutely massive.
Yeah, it does add something to it because that is massive. Like how many people get to fight in the football stadium? Not many, and so to do that would like I say headlining on BT Sports surreal. Well, that literally would be the most weirdest surreal thing ever for that to happen. So yeah, the motivation's already there for me to beat Jack Flatley. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing all the training, I'm doing everything I need to do to succeed. But that would certainly be a really cool thing to add on afterwards.
Obviously, it will be massive, and obviously, it is a huge night on March 25th live on BT Sport. Just the final question from me: a message to Jack Flatley, if you do have one ahead of your grudge match on March 25th.
Yeah, I had this question here earlier today. I've got no message for the lad. Obviously, I know he's training well. He's putting all the graft in. He's doing everything he can to beat me. But obviously, I'm there on the night to stop him, just like he is with me. So the better man will win on the night, and just and that's it. All we'll do is we'll put a very entertaining fight on. I know that, and it'll be interesting to see how it ends this time because I don't think it'll be through a cut. But we'll just see. We'll see.
Perfect. Thank you, Nathan Heaney, for talking to International Box News. I really appreciate your time.
You're more than welcome, mate, and I appreciate your time as well, man.